In commemoration of this year's World Habitat Day, stakeholders are calling for a more inclusive and comprehensive approach to tackle Nigeria's housing deficit, especially with the nation's rapidly growing population. Trust TV's Dorcas Yakubu spoke with estate developers and Nigerians about the challenges young people face in accessing affordable urban housing. Here's a report.
Despite several government initiatives like the National Housing Fund, Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, and Family Homes Funds, Nigeria's housing deficit remains at a staggering 22 million units, with many citizens still living in slums and unhealthy environments. As a signatory to Article 25 of the 1948 UN Declaration, which enshrines housing as a basic human right, and with this right reflected in the 1999 Nigerian Constitution, stakeholders are urging the government to declare a state of emergency on housing. This year's World Habitat Day theme, Engaging Youth to Create a Better Urban Future, highlights the critical role young people play in shaping tomorrow's cities. With rapid urbanization, UN Habitat predicts that by 2030, 60% of urban residents will be under 18, especially in Africa and Asia. This makes it crucial to factor youth needs in urban planning. In Nigeria's capital, Abuja, residents express varying views on the housing crisis and its impact on the country's future.
In Nigeria, you see estates that have up to 200 buildings, 300. Out of those numbers, maybe about 5 of them is being habited by human beings. Others are reptiles. And builder doesn't consider that it's money they use in building this.
It's not true, because I that is talking to you now, I have brought a company all the way from abroad to come to Nigeria to handle housing projects, and I know the conditions we are given. When you be given a condition that if after doing the project you won't even make something out of yourself, you will not like to involve yourself on that.
Residents have expressed frustration over the rising cost of living in urban areas and the government's inability to make housing more accessible. In response to these concerns, Trust TV spoke with estate developers to explore potential solutions and gain their insights on the issue.
The governments are not doing enough to cater for shelter for young people in Nigeria, because when you look at the program designed for that, even the Federal Mortgage Bank, just a simple 2-bedroom flats are going for 30 million naira. And when you look at the income of an average person in the country, you see that they are not earning up to close to 5 million naira in a year.
When it comes to mortgage, in Nigeria, a lot of people feel the only people who are advantaged to accessing mortgage are only civil servants, which is not quite correct.
A developer says it's critical for youths to get involved in the conversations and actions that will determine the future of cities.
As a young person, so long as you can earn a decent income, whether as a business owner, whether as an employee in the private sector, or whether as a civil servant, the first thing you begin to think about is, I need to own a house. Not necessarily because you must live in the house, but because when you own a house, most especially riding on the wings of mortgage, which you have the advantage of paying over a long period of time.
In May 2024, no fewer than 86 illegal squatters were evicted from makeshift apartments on the Dolphin Bridge in Ikoyi, where they had been paying 250,000 naira annually for their spaces. World Habitat Day 2024 offers a critical moment to reflect on the transformative impact of urbanization and the role of youth in shaping this change. By empowering young people through participatory processes and leadership opportunities, we can create a more inclusive, sustainable, and prosperous urban future for all. Dorcas Yakubu, Trust TV News, Abuja.